Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation is Sri Rag Mahalla Panjwa, Kar Panjwa. Janau Nahin Bhavai Kavan Bata, मन खोज मार्ग रहाओ. ध्यानी ध्यान लावै, ज्ञानी ज्ञान कमावै, प्रभ किन ही जाता. भगौती रहत जुगता, जोगी कहत मुक्ता, तपसी तपह राता, मौनी मौन तारी. सन्यासी ब्रह्मचारी, उदासी उदास राता, भगत नवें परकारा, पंडित वेद पुकारा, गिरस्ती गिरस्त धर्माता, एक शब्दी बहु रूप अवधूता, कापड़ी कौते जागूता, एक तीर्थ नाता, निरहार वर्ती आप रसा, एक लूक न देवे दरसा, एक मन ही ज्ञाता, घाट न किन ही कहाया, सब कहते हैं पाया, जिस मेले सो भगता, सगल उक्त उपावा, त्यागी शरण पावा, नानक गुर चरण पराता. So this passage is very significant in that Guruji has very clearly established the point of departure from prevailing traditions. He's drawn a distinction between ritualized practices and primordial wisdom as the means of self-realization. Janau Nahin Bhavai Kavan Bata, I know not what the choice should be. In other words, what is the right way? What is pleasing to the Creator, Bhavai? Or what are the right way is the right way? And he enjoins his mind. Man khoj marg, my mind, search for the method. And then, of course, there's a long list that we just went through of the various practices, but we will just take the first section as an example. Dhyani dhyan lave. Dhyani refers to meditators or contemplators who try to focus the mind, concentrate the mind. Jnani, Gyan Pava. Scholars, intellectuals are accumulating knowledge. But the real question is, Prabh kin hi jata? Who pursues or knows the Prabh? Now the Prabh is the principle of wisdom of the self, the primordial wisdom that embodies the self. So the passage is saying essentially that none of these practices that have been listed are adequate in themselves. Perhaps they're even counterproductive. And the key is the cultivation of Gur wisdom, Gurmat, which is the principle of eternal wisdom, Sagal Ukat Upav Tyagi. All other methods, methodologies, Tyagi, gave up. Saran Pava. Saran, of course, literally means the feet, but feet is figurative language for wisdom, for learning. So it's only through wisdom, Saran Pava, Nanak Gur Charan Parata, kind of the same idea. Gur, of course, means wisdom. I bow myself to that eternal wisdom. So all other methods have been abandoned, and the way was found through Gur wisdom. Now, it would be worthwhile for the listeners to actually spend some time thinking in terms of what primordial wisdom is, which has ancient roots in virtually all spiritual or Gnostic traditions. The idea behind it is that the universal mind, Ekwankar, is in fact an intelligence that permeates every cell as infinite wisdom. And in Gurbani, this infinite wisdom is symbolized. These systems use symbols. It's symbolized as Har, And Har has many attributes. One of those attributes is being used here. It's called the Prab, and that's wisdom. But it's also called Gopal, the protector. It's also called Ram, consciousness that permeates everything. It's also called Sahib, master, and so on. And for those interested, we have a fairly comprehensive list of various states and attributes of this principle that we call Har. You can find it at www.coachgurbani.org. That's coachgurbani.org. So going back to the Mool Mantra, one of the attributes of Ek Onkar is Gur, which is wisdom, given as prasad, a gift or a blessing. And how does Ek Onkar express itself? Through Shabad, which is primordial sound. And remember, Guru Nanak, in his conversations with the Siddhas, told them that he was really a disciple of the Shabad, the wisdom, the primordial sound that expresses it. Shabad has equivalents in other cultures. It's called logos, or the word. And it is the underlying principle of mind, reason, creative power. These are the attributes that we humans have based on our evolution from biological organisms to sentient and rational beings. We are capable now of building civilization, but the process continues, and the process invites us to combine, to integrate, to awaken within ourselves this wisdom, because we are, in a sense, mirrors of this universe, of this wisdom. Jo Brahmande Soi Pinde. And it is this wisdom that eventually gives us insight into the underlying order, hukam, of the universe. Hukam is not just simply a command, but hukam also refers to order, the way things are. And unless you know the way things are, you're not going to be able to cooperate with this underlying order, and you'll always be at odds with it, which means that you will be swimming upstream or going against the grain of nature. And I don't need to tell you that going against the current of the water is simply flailing your arms. You're just going to waste a lot of energy and accomplish nothing in the process. So it is this wisdom that is going to serve as the portal into the established order, the hukam that is essentially governing the system that we are all in or a part of. So with those thoughts, until the next time, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.